Welcome back to the series that I would like to call Exposing Labour Party's Hypocrisy. This episode is about David Lammy. Yes, I'm going to react to this quick interview that he did with Sky News. And in this video, like all his other Labour colleagues, absolute hypocrites who also have second jobs, he's saying that, yeah, I'm against second jobs. Not only we should stop them, but that's a whole different conversation we could actually have about MPs and second jobs. But he says even right now, MPs should reject second jobs. Anything from public speaking to having a TV or radio show. For the record, David Lammy has an LBC show and he gets paid quite well from that. Now, he's not happy that Jacob Rees-Mogg, for example, has a GB News show. He also has public speaking roles, but he's not happy that Theresa May, for example, goes and does public speeches because she gets paid more than him because she was former Prime Minister. I don't even like Theresa May, but that's why she gets paid more. So let's go to this video, its interview, and react to it.
I think the Labour Party's right to say that we need to fix this problem. It will be one of those issues that Parliament's going to have to determine.
Has it made you think twice about the work you're doing?
I personally don't think that presenting on LBC on a Sunday morning when I should be at church, or indeed doing after dinner speeches. And by the way, Beth, I don't get paid what Theresa May gets paid for.
No, but you, I mean,
I don't think no one's complaining about those hours. No one is suggesting that I'm in the pocket of LBC or anybody else. Yeah. But I do think there's an issue. And look, and if Parliament determines that no second jobs at all, we can't have people who are doctors, we can't have people who are lawyers, one job only being an MP, then I will have to live with that like everybody else.
Okay, so this man, his excuse, he's got a couple of excuses. The first one was, basically it implied that my show is on the weekend, it's on Sunday. So it doesn't interfere with my work hours. I don't think that's the point of the clash between having your first job as an MP or second job as a doctor or as a radio DJ. Because you could say the same about Lee Anderson or Jacob Rees-Mogg because they do it in the evening, not at 2 p.m. when they should be sitting in the House of Commons. And if there's a vote, they would go and vote. They would not be presenting their shows. That's a terrible excuse, Lammy. Secondly, he basically said, well, even if I do public speeches, I don't get paid as much as Theresa May, so it's not as bad. I mean, I don't think that's the point. Because again, you and your colleagues been going against the second jobs, and again, we could easily have a conversation about that because I'm not really in favor of MPs having second jobs that could influence their first job. But when it comes to the lobbying connections, when it comes to even media, I'm quite skeptical about having way too many politicians on TV and radio. But because that thin line between media, journalism, and politics being completely blurred now, they're supposed to be on the opposite side. The media and journalists are supposed to be scrutinizing politicians rather than pander to them. But that's not his problem. He's absolutely fine with all that. He's basically saying, well, me having a job on LBC, no one is claiming that I'm in the pocket of LBC. Well, you are literally in the pocket of LBC, and the LBC, as an echo chamber, it gives you the platform to brainwash your own base. I'm not really convinced, by the way, that someone like David Lammy is able to actually change some people's minds to convert them to Labour, but maybe he can. Maybe some wokey students will be watching or listening to him and say, oh yes, I'm going to be a full-on socialist thanks to David Lammy. But it is fundamentally flawed, this argument, and we have to expose their hypocrisy, and we have to do it on a regular basis, even if it gets repetitive. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.